walking alone the streets.
What is up, guys? Orbital-Pilot back here once again in the world of Warthunder. This time, taking to the sky in the F86 F2 Sabre. Now, you may be asking why the F86 F2 Sabre, and I have a very good answer for that. I've been flying out a lot of terrible planes, not just by you guys requesting them, but just because I've been unlocking ground force and stuff, and I was tired of flying out things like the HE-162 and the Vampire and all these other things I'm trying to get footage for. So instead, I'm going to take to the sky in something I actually enjoy, and that's the F86 F2 Sabre. Now, if you guys didn't know, this is probably my favorite plane of all time, not just in War Thunder, but of all time. It's easily one of the most beautiful aircraft ever created. And it's kind of at a weird position because at 9.0, the only things that are going to be able to compete with you in terms of speed are stuff like the CL-13, the Hunter, the MiG-17, and yeah, I think that, no, actually, I think that's about it. Now, here's the thing. Out of those three planes, this is actually the slowest. The problem is at 9.0 with a fully upgraded plane, it's only going to be marginally different by 5 to 6 miles an hour. So basically what I've kind of learned to do is basically all top tier planes are the same speed in my head. It doesn't matter if it's a 17. I'm not going to chase down a 17. He's probably not going to chase down me because we're going to run out of map before either one of us catches. So that doesn't really happen too often. Now, I'm a little bit rusty on my F2 skills because I haven't flown it out in so long. So kind of understand where I'm coming from there. And the new TU-14Ts. Oh God, yeah. I sometimes I do hate facing the Russians. But another thing I wanted to showcase in this video was just how bad, and I don't know why, because when I stopped playing this plane, it must have been a month and a half ago. Yeah, probably around 90 days, or probably around 45 days ago, I stopped playing this plane as much. And when I quit, you could not go into a game and not win, being on the American side. I won pretty much every single game I was in. But now it seems that kind of the meta has changed. I'm not exactly sure why, because in my opinion, the Hunter and the F2 is more than fair against the CL-13 and the MiG-17, significantly. In fact, in my opinion, I think just F2s could take on most things. Because it's an absolutely amazing plane. Now, I don't recommend head-ons with MiG-15s, although luckily enough, I don't know what was going on with my plane this match, but this plane just would not die. I sparked probably like 4 or 5 times, so spark gods, thank you. But the other thing I really love about this plane are those 4 20mm cannons. They are, in my opinion, and after flying the Hunter, I still stick to this, they are my favorite cannons in the game. The velocity, everything, the shell rate, the velocity, how straight they actually fire, absolutely stunningly amazing. They are ridiculous. Now, they do spark, I noticed, a little bit more than they used to, and here's the thing. At 9.0, when you're engaging MiG-17s and Hunters and CL-13s at speeds above 650 miles an hour, you don't have a long time to shoot. And that's why those 50 cals kind of suffer, because you only have that quick, probably 0.15 seconds to fire your guns. And that's the problem most people run into with the 50 cals and stuff and the MiG-17s, because that 30mm or that 37mm and those 223s are really hard to line up at 700 miles an hour. So luckily enough, these cannons are really good at it, especially once you get decent with them. Like I said, a little bit rusty this match because it was, I think, my 3rd match back. But as we can see, if we look at the team, they're getting slaughtered. B-57's pretty much everywhere. they can't do much. Tu-14Ts are hunting them down. MiG-17s, MiG-15 Bisses, CL-13s. It's obvious. There's no way I can win this game. It doesn't matter if I was the best pilot in the world. There's only so much you can do against 5 other aircraft. 1, I can take on. 2, I can take on. 3, I can even manage. Once you start getting up to those 4 and 5 numbers, though, at least in a plane that I'm not super comfortable with, it can become quite difficult. Now, fly up to a MiG-15, he puts it in a right-hand turn, not the wisest idea. And just like I said before, those 20 millimeters do take care of work, as long as you lead correctly. Now, here's the thing about the cannons is, although they are extremely high velocity and the fire rate is ridiculous, keep in mind, if you are going above 650, that 700 mile an hour mark around, you do have to lead quite a bit because you are going extremely quick, and that's kind of difficult. At lower speeds, you don't have to lead nearly as much, but at those higher speeds, just remember, kind of take back your aim and put it a little bit forward because you're going to miss a lot less of your shots. Now, one thing I'm trying to improve on is I notice I zoom in way too much. I tend to zoom in all the time. Even if the person is like a 1/10 of a mile away, I zoom in. And I need to stop because I can't hit my target like that, and I know I can't. It's just something I do, and I have no idea why. So right now, I know I'm flying into pretty much a hellhole. There's a MiG-17, a Tu-14T, and a CL-13. There is no way I can take these people down. I'll be lucky to take one down. If it was just a MiG-17, fine. If it was just a CL-13, fine. In fact, I'd much rather fight the MiG-17 than the CL. Because the CL is fairly similar. It's lighter than this plane, so it's going to have that initial... I don't know. It's a really close match. So I prefer to fight the MiG-17. Now the Tu-14T, he is being ridiculously aggressive, and see that's something that kind of annoys me. Is Russians have all these, well, jet bombers basically that have nothing. Actually, they can almost be used as fighters. As we can see there, that was dumb. I should have fully committed. That would have gotten rid of that CL. So I don't know. I was kind of being a little too dangerous this game with head-ons, and that's one that I actually should have committed to because that would have been a dead CL quite easily. So MiG-17 tries to turn up at me. I'm going to pull directly under head. I'm either going to try to force a head-on or I'm going to move out. Now, he's actually fairly wise. I do get a nice hit on him, but as we can see there, that's my second, or actually I think my 3rd spark this match. So I'm getting quite lucky. Tu-14T tries to put it in a head-on. There's no way I'm doing that. CL-13 comes back around. Once again, another head-on. And see, I don't know why. I have no problem committing to a head-on with a MiG-17, which makes no sense, but I could not get myself to put it into a head-on with that CL, and I have no idea why. That's the second time he should have been dead. So there were a lot of missed opportunities in this game, I guess is what I'm saying. Just make sure when you're playing top-tier jet straight up, don't miss those opportunities. So right now I have a little bit of a decision. I have a CL-13 and a MiG-17. Now, remember what I was saying about speed. As we can see, I am outrunning them both. Now, I won't forever. They are both slightly faster than me. But they're not fast enough to catch up to me that fast. You know what I mean? We're going to run out of map way before they catch up. So, something to keep in mind when you're playing top-tier jets. And here's where I really kind of screwed myself. I didn't see the ME-163, he's about to come in. I didn't see the second MiG-17, and now I have a CL-13. So I have 3 planes on my tail, and I have another MiG-17 trying to pull a head-on. Now, this one I actually do get lucky enough. I do commit, and I will kill the guy eventually, except he doesn't go down immediately. So, at least I think. I'm fairly certain if I remember correctly. He does go down. I mean, yeah. Elevator damage, fuselage damage, engine damage, central gear light, yeah. I don't see how he could stay up, but maybe he does. So, this is really where I tend to screw myself. Basically now, I have 4 people on my tail. There's nothing I can do. I stay alive for a surprisingly long time, but, yeah. And I have no idea what Vegas Pro was doing there. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, if you guys do like these types of videos, let me know in the comments down below. I just wanted to play something I enjoyed, so that's kind of why I went with this plane. I should have got this kill right here. That was a mistake on my part. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, hit that like, subscribe button. I'm sorry for not posting in the past like 7 days. Super busy. But the weekend's coming up and I do have it off, so look forward to some videos then.